Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nico and I am a full-time eBay reseller. So boy, I am overwhelmed in the other direction now. Those of you who've been watching me, you know I was kind of overwhelmed with how to get inventory in the winter. Well, that has now switched in a big time way. The one gal brought all the estate stuff that, I've been talking about off and on. And, I've got 6 bags or so similar to this of just Barbies. So this one here alone, even I'm going to put Barbies as used. Even if, there is some scuff, so, I'm going to put them as used. I do that anyway. But this one, even used, should be, over $100. And I haven't even started on that. And then the jewelry is just unbelievable. It's so much that I'm actually having to find like a, other place beside my house hiding place. Like it could be that substantial. So I have a friend coming on Monday, and a lot of it is marked 925, and he will come and tell me, because they did travel a lot, does 925 mean 925, or in other countries, can they just slap that on there? So he'll come give me an idea so that I can get that listed. And I am currently just almost getting, I did a bunch of photos and a bunch of drafts. I need to just finish the drafts and put them in boxes. But I have hundreds of pieces of signed jewelry to get through, and I get a certain percentage. That's a very fair percentage, so that's great. But on the other hand, I'm trying to keep my clothing going, and my understanding of the eBay algorithm is that now that I'm doing all this jewelry and Barbies, I'm going to have a bunch of customers converting over to me and looking for Barbies for the rest of my life, and then I have none. And same with the jewelry, That's the downside, is that by the time I'm done with this jewelry in the next month, I'll have a huge following of people buying jewelry, because I already do. I've already had some, duplicate customers over a week or two time as I'm listing this estate jewelry. And boy, if I could source jewelry in a much more consistent way, I think I might change over from that to clothing, seriously. So I'm feeling a lot better, thanks to those of you who've asked. I'm still a little congested, and then the worst thing is just both of my shoulder blades, nowhere else, just both of my shoulder blades have like this nerve tingling pain. And I'm a former nurse, so I always go to the worst, and I'm breathing fine, so I know it's not a heart attack, so I eliminated that. This is my nursing triage, right? And then I don't have the rash that you would have on your arms or your back if you had shingles. However, there can be internal shingles. So it's a weird pain, I did go to the bins about a week and a half ago, and I did overdo it. I had a little bit of shoulder pain right here after I got back, but I don't have any of that now. Now just both of my shoulder blades are doing weird things. It's not even pain. It's more like nerve. It's very strange. So hopefully I don't have like some kind of weird internal shingles, you would hope. But as a nurse, I just go to the worst. That's my job, right? Or my former job. So anyway, guys, let's get shipping. I went to an estate sale this morning. I did find about 6 or 7 things. Plus I'll be doing constant hauls on this estate stuff. And now I have to make the decision, do I go garage sailing as I had planned every single weekend in the summer, because all of this stuff is great and I'm overwhelmed right now, but then the minute winter hits again in October and I can't go anywhere, I need to have boxfuls of stuff ahead. So my thinking is that even though there's amazing stuff here, probably much better stuff to list than I would find at another garage sale, I still feel like I need to keep shopping. Because this estate sale, this is the last of it. So once I'm done in the next month or so with all of this estate stuff, I'll be out. And then, I need to keep what few connections I have and keep in the habit of, going out of town those several days a week and getting stuff for me that I can put away for the winter. So I'm leaning towards still going garage sailing in the morning. I don't know. I also really want to get my percentage on this estate stuff. It's a lot of, percentage. It's not a high percentage, but it's a lot considering the volume and the quality of the items that they've dropped off. So I don't know what to do. I'm going to think about that. But for now, I am going thrifting later in the day because we have to drive out of town anyway and go have lunch. with someone, and so we're in that community, and they have a little thrift store, so I'm going to go ahead and go since I'm driving that far. And then I'm going to get some groceries and try to come home and hit it hard. So for today, since yesterday at about noon, I went twice to the post office yesterday, and I showed that on 2 different videos. Today is June 1st, and since yesterday, right now we have 13 orders at $326.10. $326.10. Now, it's going to be difficult in the next coming weeks to be accurate about how much I'm making. Most of this stuff is mine. There's 2 things that are my son's, which we split down the middle, the profit of. So that makes it complicated enough, I know, when I'm trying to tell you how much I'm making accurately. But when I start adding in this estate jewelry and these Barbies, I'm going to be getting a much smaller percent than the numbers you see. So I'll just do my best to be fair and accurate. That's all I can do. I don't really have time to minutely break down every second of the numbers because I am trying to get this listed for the family and to get my share too. So let's go ahead and get started. But today it's pretty accurate. I might owe my son like $12 out of this between the 2 things he sold because they're both clearance item. So everything else is mine, minus the eBay fees and the shipping. So I mean, it's not much, guys. I would still say out of the $326.10, eBay fees, shipping labels, the little bit that goes to my son, I'm probably netting $140 or $150 out of $326.10. I have several boxes, so that means that the shipping is more. And then I have I have about 6 or 7 pieces of clothing, which are kind of first class, but even most of my clothing is high, like $9 labels, $8.30 labels. So, I think I'm only really netting on the 326 about 140 if I'm fortunate. But let's get started. So I just always put the gross in my title, and then I hope people know I'm not claiming I'm taking home $326 today. I do like to be accurate, mostly for newcomers. I really don't care what people think. If they think I'm just trying to exaggerate the numbers, that is not what I'm concerned about. I'm concerned about a new person who's coming in and thinking, wow, she only sold 13 items. That's easy. I could do that. And then they don't realize how fast the money goes. It just goes back out to labels. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. So, Matrix. Okay, this is an Enter the Matrix path of Neo Sony PlayStation 2 2005 Black Label with manuals. Let's see if I can show it to you. I'll show you everything I can. So there's a set of PlayStation 2. These are just my son's clearance. So we're getting those on out of here. Okay, now guys, I did change the ink label, thankfully. I remembered to do that, but I am still super duper unorganized. So yesterday, the one gal with all of the estate stuff that I am going to sell stayed less than an hour, and then, I just started looking up the jewelry and stuff. And then I did help a gentleman over here who I've known for 25 years. I knew his wife. She unfortunately passed away fairly young. And so I helped him go through more clothing than you could ever imagine and just reassure him, showing him on eBay that it was okay to donate this stuff to the thrift or to a consignment store and get some money. There are about 5 items. Not even those are super, super high end, but there are about 5 items which I will list for him and give him the money just so that he felt like, there was some value in his wife's clothes. And it just seems like a theme the last 24 hours with me. Then I went over to the estate sale this morning, and her husband had passed away. And it's the same thing, all the other tchotchke stuff and her stuff, because she's moving, is cheap, really cheap. But her husband's stuff, it's like the clothing is like precious. And I get it. I totally get it. I've had loss in my life, so I totally get it. But the last 24 hours has been rough on me. Oh, boy, sorry, I didn't think I was going to cry, guys. Oof. I am really sorry. When you're helping people with estate stuff, Oh man, there's so much more that goes into it. So you do have to be prepared emotionally, which I'm obviously not, I guess, to deal with it. And I think I was doing good, but then 3 people, all in 24 hours, who have lost someone not too recently. A couple of them have been, over a year, but it's still just really hard for me to watch. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. I get choked up really easy. All right, let's get started on this shipping. Oof, man. I should edit that part out, but I don't know how to edit, so just forgive me for breaking up, guys. All right, let's get back to work. It's what you got to do, right? This is Enter the Matrix. Like I said, the PlayStation. Now I got to move the Barbies because I can't get through. Oh, man. Yeah, I haven't even looked up the rest of the Barbies. I don't think every single Barbie is worth that much, but this person who I'm doing the estate for, they had beautiful stuff. So it is possible. If it had been any closer, I would have driven up there. This is heartbreaking for those of us who resell. Sorry, guys. Now, she had a garage sale, and that got about $4,000, and it was just stuff that I'd kind of helped her with video and camera and everything, telling her, no, that's not worth it. Go ahead and put that in the garage sale. But she didn't have me do the whole house like I wish. So they did have a huge garage sale. They made over $4,000 in profit just on the garage sale. And then she said that, she told me yesterday, they had a literal ton, because they weigh it at the dump. They had a literal ton of stuff in a dumpster that they hauled. The people came and weighed and everything. And they literally hauled 1 ton of stuff to the dump. So, oh man, if I had really understood the scale, I think I would have driven the 14 hours, just got myself a hotel. If it ended up to be a bust, I would have just thrifted and paid the trip and said, okay, well, it was worth the risk. But when you see the quality of the jewelry and the Barbies, I'm just like, oh my, what got left behind? But, it's like anything else. The family did the best they could. It's a very emotional thing for them. And so I don't blame them at all. If you're going through that, to micro sort a lifetime of someone else's stuff, and in this case it was 2 people who died tragically, I do not blame them whatsoever. But it's just hard for me when my reseller brain kicks in and I'm like, oh my gosh, what was in there? All right, this is going to Aurora, Illinois. I charged them $9, and this is $8.82, guys. Yeah, sorry guys, if you've been on my channel very long, you'll know, like, once a month I have a tear-filled something. So I am very, very sorry. It really doesn't help anyone to, to see that. So I do try to keep it to myself, but oh man, it's just been a rough 24 hours. Plus, I think a lot of it is I just, I came out of COVID helping a lot of people who their families couldn't come in when they passed away. So I came out of that as a nurse, and then I went right into, like, a year later helping my mom because her husband passed away. And, I just have had a really rough 5 years as far as personally, people that I've known, and then, helping a few others who just, for whatever reason, it happens to be me that needs to be the one to help. That isn't normally the case. I've never had a period of time in my life where this has been the case. But in the last 5 years, and it's been a blessing. It's always a blessing to be useful, right, in some way. But, it's just rough. So I had to help my mom sort all of her husband's stuff, and that wasn't fun. So forgive me for the emotions, guys. All right, now this is a good sale. I am picking up Tommy Bahama in bigger sizes, and if they're linen or silk. They're selling like hotcakes. This is only a large, but it's 100% linen. It is very cute. Very, very cute. And they did use my coupon and promoted listings, so I got $29.73 all in. All in, guys. Okay, 12 ounces. So, all right, so this is going to Tallahassee, Florida. 517, and I charged $6.95. We're gonna go eat at this really good place in a town called Rawlins. I have never been there that I know of, and I've lived here 25 years, which that's terrible. I just get in a rut and we go out of town to this community and we eat Thai food and food that we don't have here. So unless we're with someone else, we don't venture out too far, because once every few weeks we'll go have Thai food up there. So I don't know exactly what they have, but I have heard for years and years that it's a place I need to try. So I'm looking forward to that. Be fun, fun, fun. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. This last few days has told me, though, to the best of my ability, while still enjoying life and still enjoying my belongings and things, I really want to have a minimalist lifestyle to the best of my ability. I'm never going to be a true minimalist, but yeah, it just, boy, what the families have to go through to do this it's not worth it, guys. If you can pare down, you know, before that time comes, it's a blessing to your family, because to have to sort actual physical objects is actually pretty painful. Now this says repeat buyer, so let me see. This is, okay, so they may have just bought some more of these koi pants like yesterday or the other day, because I have had a lot of these, but I'm just making sure that there's nothing today that I'm supposed to ship two together, but I don't see it. So just in the past, repeat buyer. So this sold via promoted listings, no coupon. I decided to lower these, and this one says read, so something is definitely wrong with these cargo pink scrub bottoms. They are a size 3X though, so I was trying to get like 18 to 20 and I just couldn't. So I am selling these for $17.63 all in, but it's only about $10 sale price minus the promoted listing. So not good. I would not pick them up again. I'm trying to be picky. All right. All right, we are at 14 ounces going to Sacramento, California. That helps. It's still $6.22, and I charged $6.75. So it didn't save me that much once I get up into the 14-ounce range. It was not possible to generate a label. Okay, let me see what the problem is. Their address does not seem too long. Let me just try again. Once in a great while, something like that will happen, and then I have to figure out, well, is the address too long? A lot of times that's it. The eBay will let the customer put a huge address in there, and then you have to cut it in half. Go to edit the address and cut it in half, but now it's letting me. I don't know. Must have had a glitch. Boy, I know I tried to use my Amazon app this morning to scan some books over at this estate sale, and it's a mess, man. It would let me pull up the book to see if it was valuable on Amazon, but then when I would request to be able to sell a couple of the books that I wasn't approved in, normally it's a very quick thing. Yep, you're approved, because I've sold so many thousands of books in my life on Amazon. So normally, as a rule, I am approved, and these were just vintage books. But anyway, it would give me an error message. So I bought them anyway. I think they're worth it, and I'll just sell them on eBay if I can't get approved on Amazon. So we shall see. All right. Now this is that Trapper Keeper. I showed it to you in my editing video. Let me see if I can get it here. I'm glad to see this thing go. I don't know where or when I bought it, but I've had it for well over a year. It's a brand new Trapper Keeper, but it's purple. I knew it wasn't the vintage one, but it was, you know, maybe when Walmart had just gotten them out and I happened to find it. But, you know, now it's just not worth a thing. So I finally took a clearance price on this. $2.50 plus shipping, so $14.67. I'm so glad to get this out of my inventory. it was just a mistake buying it, or I misread the comps, or who knows. But this is one of those clearance items that I worked on this week. Let me see. This is going to Pueblo, Colorado, which is where my dad lives out of. He lives about 40 miles from there, so I know it well. And so this will be cheaper shipping, so that's why I'm bringing that up. This is a good thing. So I charged $11.10. It's going to cost $7.20, so that is good. That'll help a little bit offset the fact that I had to basically sell it for nothing. Offset it a little bit, so I at least break even on it. Goodbye, goodbye. I'm so glad. Let me see here. Trying to... We keep the extra pieces of paper because my husband, he doesn't have the eBay app on his phone. I do need to download it for him since it's a joint thing. And then he could just pull up the numbers on his phone. But he's fine with just writing them on paper. So I have these sheets of paper, the other half of these that I'm saving right now. And so he just comes in, jots down the numbers, and then he pulled a lot of these items this morning while I went to the estate sale to see if we could find some more stuff. We got two more here. What is this one? Oh, a J. Jill blouse. This is an XL. This one is a coral color, so I put coral, well, actually I put coral, which is dumb. I meant to put coral orange. I don't know what I did. Anyway, it's 100% linen shirt. People ignored it and they still bought it, thankfully. They did use my 22% off coupon, so I got $22.39 all in. I don't know what I was thinking. Oh, coral. Okay. Coral is a great search term, but not two in a row. Hopefully people knew what I meant. Oh my goodness. This is going to Vermont, first class, $5.17, and I charged $6.95. I need to get some groceries in my house, guys. We've been eating like frozen pot pies the last night or two. I mean, it's been that bad. We've just been, trying to get some listings up, and then I was gone. And so I'm going to go to the store. That's another main reason we're going out of town, just to actually get some healthy choices in my life. Man. It's starting to get warm enough that when I'm way out of town in Denver, you have to have a lot of coolers with you to bring back frozen stuff or even produce. And so I try to make that the last stop, and then I just head back from Denver like 2.5 hours. But sometimes that's not possible because I'm stopping along the way for other people or to see other people. So then I don't get my groceries in Denver when I'm there. Now in the winter I do, because it can stay in the car 5 hours and not come unthawed. In most of, in Wyoming, it certainly can do that. So yeah, this week it was just too warm, even though it was kind of rainy, to buy groceries and try to haul them home. All right, this is a Wrangler extra long men's long tails pearl snap western. Normally I would ask a lot more for this because it's kind of a heavier weight, and the only thing wrong with it was this right here on the inside collar. You can tell that it doesn't go through or have any effectiveness on the out, or any effect on the outside. And I put that in the listing. I tried to make that clear, but it just would not move. And I've had this for going on a year. So I just took an offer, $6 plus shipping. So $16.61. To me, that's a very minor flaw on a vintage Wrangler shirt, but I misjudged that. People don't want it. So, or something about it they don't want. I don't know. All right, 1, 5, So this is heavy shipping. That's what I'm saying. Like on this, the order is $6, but the shipping is $9.80. So if you look at that total of $326, you have to account for that the sale itself is, you know, pretty small. Okay, now what is going on here? They picked padded flat rate, and it is zeroed out. Once in a while, eBay will do this, like you go to make your choice, and the one you want. See, why is that grayed out? That makes no sense, because that's what I have this in. Maybe they ran the address together. They do have it like all run together, so let me separate it out and put spaces in it. Yeah, they did. They put like 5 words with no space in between, so eBay is probably not able to see. All right, so let me do that. This is real life, guys. This is what you have to do. Now I'm going to put cut and paste part of it. Let's see, Greenwell Springs, Port Hudson. I'm going to put some of this down on the bottom. Let me see if eBay will accept that many in one thing. Yep, that fixed it. So you can't run your address like, you know, I don't know, for example, but you can't put a bunch of words together with no space because the post office can't pull up that address. So that was the problem. Okay. Whew. Great thing I got that fixed, because I don't have a lot of time to sit and ponder what's going on with these things today. It is still really cloudy, pretty rainy. There's some flooding in our area. I'm about 15 miles from here. So I need to see if I do drive out of town to garage sales tomorrow, is it going to be rainy and flooding? And because then it's a good day to take off from garage sales and just get caught up. If there's actually even 10 garage sales, then I'll drive for that, go to the thrift, dump off my consignment clothing, you know, I'll go. But I don't really need to drive up there bad enough just to, you know, not find any garage sales because it ended up raining. So when I get back tonight, I'll look on Facebook, see who says that they're having an estate sale or a garage sale, you know, rain or shine. I'll look for that kind of thing and see. All right, so we got that one done. All right, this one, we'll see what this ended up costing. This is kind of, it's not a warning, but you know what I'm saying? This is something to think about. Now, I paid $1 for these dead stock Canon towel sets, and I knew right away, especially if you've seen my last 2 or 3 shipping videos, I've been selling towel sets open without the package for like $50 and $60 because they're that 70s mid-century modern look. And so I've sold 3 other towel sets, all over 40, and 2 of them I think were over 50. This one is in the package, but the problem is to keep it in the package, this is long. The measurements on the smallest box that I could find that would let me not bend it is 22 inches on one length. And so that really adds up. So I had to charge them a decent amount, you know, to even be able to ship this, because it touches the box on one side and it's only about this far on the second. This is the smallest box that I could get that would work. So let's go see the damage. So it sold via Promoted. They paid $62.54, a lot of which is going to be shipping, depending on where it's going. Okay, it's going to Nebraska, which is a great saving. That's wonderful because you know, I'm you know, I'm in Wyoming, so Nebraska is a sister state. Let me see now, but the dimensions aren't in here, so let me not get excited about the price. Let's see how much that extra is. So if this were like even a little tiny bit smaller item, it would have been $9 to get to Nebraska. But because of the 22-inch thing, it's going to cost $13.62, and I charged $15.50. So if this had been going like to New York, I probably would have lost money on the shipping. So be careful about those things over 22 inches. Even if they're a good deal, you have to be aware of those new rules on the Postal Service. All right, let me weigh this thing and see if my weight is accurate that I put in. Okay, good. My weight is accurate. So I'm going to put one here, and there went my tape. I'm going to peel off this old label. Good thing I saw that on the other side. Usually I do this when I pack things out, but apparently I didn't. Oh, goodness, guys. These are first world problems. I feel like my life's a little bit of a wreck right now, but it's all first world problems. It's too much to do, so little time, but it's all profitable work, so I should not be complaining. I don't believe in doing that. Too many people can't find good work, and I have an abundance of work. So, time to be quiet and move on, right? So, parcel select is $13.62. I can see what priority is. Priority would be $16.15, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and go with parcel post and purchase. Let's see. Let's put it on this side, I guess. I think it'll take me either 2 to 3 full days, like I'm talking about 12-hour days at the kitchen table, to do all the jewelry and get it listed. And then I think it'll take me, 6 or 7 hours to do all the Barbies just because of the packing. I need to wrap a layer of bubble wrap at least around each one. And in fact, that reminds me, I need to order more bubble wrap right now in a minute so that I have that coming. I have enough for like 4 or 5 that might sell right away, but I don't have enough for, all 20 Barbies if they all happen to be popular. So I do need to get some supplies ordered. And actually, we're going to maybe Walmart today. I might just overspend and get 1 roll, and then I'll order some more from American Bubble Boy is where I order mine. It seems to be a really good price there. Okay. Let's see, guys, where we're at. Let's see. Is this? Yeah, this is it. When my husband puts it in one of those square boxes, it confuses me because that's what I use to have inventory in. So I was kind of like, what is going on? Okay, so this is another good linen sale. Buy linen, guys. It's working for me. This is a Lauren Roth Lauren linen blend. And it is a women's size 16 pair of pants. They are lined. So they're a quality piece. No promotions. So I sold it for $21.25 plus shipping. So $32 something. It changed before I... $32.48 all in. So I guess I just don't wear fancy clothes. So I really had no clue until the last few years how important people will pay for linen. I guess I was just out of it. I don't know, out of the loop. Because I don't get up in the morning and, just only buy linen. But a lot of people really care about it in the summer as a quality fabric. I have no business selling clothes, probably, guys. I've had to learn from the ground up common sense stuff. All right, let me fix this while that is printing. Oh, man, I have got to get that tabletop one ordered and see if that makes a difference. I am just having trouble here. Print that. Thankfully, well, I do have one more box coming up, and I will need some tape. Because I took my eBay other tape gun over to the place where I helped that gentleman go through his stuff. Oh, let me deal with this. Sorry, guys, you have to see me cry, then you have to watch me do the tape, which is just a bunch of fun, I bet, for everybody. I'm getting there. Oh, man. Let me do this. Do you ever just, splice it and just start a few layers down? Sometimes I do this. This is my tip for the day. See if that works. Goodness. If anybody has, like a better tip, seriously, what do you do when this happens? I'm sure on YouTube, some very smart person has, solved this issue somehow. Oh my goodness. Well, I will do this afterwards. And on the box that needs the tape, I'll just do it when you guys don't have to sit here and watch me. most of them do not need it, so that's good. Oh, man. I know my son gave me another roll of tape to use because he's got so much stuff. It's actually over there if I need it. I am out of tape. I got to get that ordered too. I think with everything I have to do and with the possible rain, I just really should stay home on Friday and Saturday, as much as it's going to kill me because I am trying to stock up. That might be the better decision because I obviously have good stuff to work on. All right, so now we've had this too long. My son found it. He's really good at his plush, but for some reason, this guy just didn't move like we thought he might. This is a Merry Makers Lyle Crocodile plush. I let him do the editing on his so that he knows that he's running the comps, and he's 31 years old, by the way. When I say my son, it makes it sound like he's a teenager or something. He definitely has a successful Amazon business. So this is just what he does for extra money and for fun, and then we split it. So anyway, this ended up just selling for $11 plus shipping, so $21.95. I know we're still making a profit. I know he didn't pay more than $1 or $2 on this, but we don't like to do $11 items when we have to split them for sure. All right, let's go here. Going to Dayton, Tennessee. $8.41, and I charged a $9. Okay. Let me grab that other roll of tape, guys. Okay, we'll just put this one on there, and then I'll fix the other one later. I don't know if it's because this lever thing is worn out or if it's getting sticky. You know, I don't know if that's why that happened, because it seems like it's kind of loose and it did not stay. Maybe I just need to tighten these. Is that what it is? I don't know. Anyway, I need to figure out why my tape does that sometimes. Okay. Alrighty. Let's go to the next one. Levi's cargo pants. Let me see. I've had these a long time. Yeah, I ended up just taking $9 plus shipping, $19.59. I have Reed in the title, so they had some kind of flaw. So probably something I should not have listed, but on Levi jeans, especially in the cargo, people wear them for work pants. So I think I was probably thinking that maybe it would, it would work out, but it was not the best decision. I mean, I'm sure I still made money, but wasted my time. Okay. All right, there we go. I'm going to set this somewhere else. All right, padded flat rate going to California again, $8.30, and I charged $9.75. Oh, no, I need that one. That's not a spare piece. Okay, I got 2 or 3 more, guys. Thanks for hanging in there with me. It does add up fast, though. I don't like doing small sales, but the ones that I have to clearance, it's fine because it all adds up. Oops, I already had one half open. That's all right. I'll use it on the next one. I can't wait till these envelopes are gone. They're almost gone. I'm going to have to order some more of the double-sided sheets. I need to get that done today too. I've got a bunch of supplies, obviously, that I need to order. If I can't find enough little boxes for all that jewelry, I'm going to have to pay for those too. So I've told everyone I know, hey, if you have any boxes that are even like this, save them for me, because I could put a piece of jewelry in there and it still would go first class and maybe be a little bit bigger. But if I have to buy the square jewelry boxes, I think they're like 50 cents a piece. I'm going to look and see what I can find. Now, this is a good sale because I edited this week, like 3 days ago. It does have that Brush Creek logo, which is a local high-end place. And so the guy asked me, what is that logo on there? And I explained it to him. So anyway, it's going to cost it's going to cost $5.17 to Florida, and I charged $6.95. It is a Peter Millar Summer Comfort, and I felt like that logo was subtle enough. You know, it didn't have the name Wyoming or anything, so I thought it would sell for more, but I've had this for over a year. And actually, my shipping's going to be cheaper. So yeah, I'll have to realize that. I think the golf courses and the golf clubs on a shirt are good. Any kind of business name, even if it's just like a logo that is cute. I thought it was cute, like a bunch of deer running or whatever. I probably would not pick it up again. Okay. We are getting there. I'm going to use this one. All right. And this one is a Anna coat. It's just Anna brand. And it's a packable 1X coat. There is something with it. Let me see what the problem is. It had several defects. Oh yeah, there's a tear near the right of the zipper. So when the zipper zipped up, you know, you probably wouldn't see it that much. But anyway, I've had it. No one wanted it because of that one flaw. So that was a misjudgment on my part, because I do pick up a ton of packable things. And I thought that since this is premium down and outdoor and hiking, that people would buy it, but it just sat and sat. So I let it go for $3 plus shipping, so $9.50, and that's okay. You know, I do experiments on a very, very small scale. You know, I don't spend a lot of money doing experiments, but a lot of times they pay off, and a lot of times they don't. All right, let's see here. All right, 13 ounces. This is going to Scranton, Pennsylvania. Especially for a walk the dog coat, or, you know, when you are camping, you may not want to take your nice coat. I thought maybe I could get 10 or 15 for this, but didn't happen. $6.60, and I only charged $6.50 because it's going so far to Pennsylvania. This one. And then one more after this, I think, guys. I guess I could just cut all the way around. That would have been common sense too, but I'm not doing it this way anymore, so it doesn't technically matter. Just get this batch over with, and then I need to get ordering. I'm pleasantly surprised on this new ink cartridge, because I ordered the off-brand ones, and sometimes I order them from Amazon, and normally I have very good luck with the one on this printer, but the last set of cartridges I got, I didn't need them right away because I try to keep them on hand, and by the time I went to use them, they just have lines everywhere. So I use it for personal stuff that I'm just printing off, but for this, we were just having to print too many pages to get the label not to be you know, terrible. So when I changed this one, this company, I found them on eBay. They have, you know, thousands and thousands of feedback, like tens of thousands, and the ink is really good. So I'm going to replace that one too. And the ink is really cheap, which is, you know, it's like $7 a cartridge or something. All right. This is probably sealed in here. Let me take a look. No, it isn't. Okay. All right, so I found a bunch of these last year, and these are a University of Wyoming thing, as you can tell. And when I first found them, I guess, I mean, there were comps on them, but I guess nobody had them at the time. I don't know what happened, but I was getting $80 and $100 on these. So then recently I found 3 more, recently as in 6 months ago, and nobody wants them. I can't sell them for anything. They must have just, the market must have been flooded. Maybe the school itself donated thousands to different Goodwills, because I found them at 2 different Goodwills about 50 miles apart. So I don't know what happened, but anyway, this week I finally got around to lowering the price. So I took $15.99 plus shipping, so $29.45. I was paying between $2 to $4 a piece, so it's still technically a profit, but I have about 3 more. I'm going to have to push this down more, and I can't wait to get rid of them because they are taking up my space. All right. Let me see here. See if this is going to Wyoming. My last few have not. They've gone, you know, somewhere else. This is going to Cheyenne, Wyoming, so this is actually staying in the state. All right, 2 pounds, 12 ounces. They could have just walked down to the Goodwill, but I'm glad they didn't. All right, priority mail, because it's so close, is $7.20, and I charged $12.50. Now that Amazon and eBay collect taxes, I'm going to have to think about, I've only got 1 more state left, which now that Florida is collected, I need to finish up with the accountant that I had in Colorado, because he only did sales tax years and years and years ago. I had him when Amazon was just a mess to sell on, and I did so much Amazon at the time, and you had to do all your own sales tax. So I hired him because my local accountant didn't want to mess with it. It was like a new thing, you know, to have to do all these states. And then like in, was it Arizona or Nevada, every single county had its own thing, trying to collect tax stuff. So we were trying to be honest, but if I could have all that money back that it cost me to have that calculated, but thankfully now eBay and Amazon calculate it. But I need to figure out if I have, like today is like my 1 sale to Wyoming for probably 6 months. Do I have to keep track of those? Because I'm probably going to, you know, get out of that with that other accountant and just have my local accountant just do the eBay actual state, or I'm sorry, at the eBay, the Wyoming actual state filings that I need, since I do live here and actually have inventory in this state. So it's complicated. My other accountant over there in Colorado has said we could get rid of 90% of them, but for some reason he was feeling like Florida was a little iffy and coming after people, even though Amazon collected it. So I need to check that out, but I think my son is getting rid of his. He did some more research than I did, so that's another thing on my list I need to do. Well, guys, that is it. That is all the orders for today. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you can just skip through the tears. I'll put a little disclaimer on the thing. And I will see you later on today with, I'm going to start the hauls. I'll probably do the Barbie haul first, I guess, because it's, you know, the biggest items that I just want to move on. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you're able to, you know, get some good garage sales in. If you don't mind, like and make some comments. It would really help me. And And subscribe if you haven't. I'm going to have the jewelry haul of the century, and I'm not even a jewelry seller. So tune in. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.